everyone, welcome back to my channel. We are spending a few days in Devon, so I thought I would show you some simple meals that we made when staying in a self-catering accommodation. The day before travelling, we had some leftover Chinese. All I needed to do was to make some fresh noodles and some fresh veg. I dissolved a stock cube in a pan and then just added my veg and added some seasonings. The seasonings I used were tamari sauce, some Chinese 5-spice, Himalayan salt, gave it a good mix, and I also added some Maggi liquid seasoning. And then once the vegetables were cooked but still had a crunch to it, I then added my noodles and gave everything a good mix. This took 20 minutes to make, and all you need is to add your favourite seasonings. After dinner, I just wanted to double check the suitcase and pack some toiletries, and for 4 children at home with just 1 suitcase, I think I packed pretty well, and this was just using the Marie Kondo method. I also packed a few snacks, but as mentioned in a previous video, my children do not have much sweet snacks, and we actually ended up bringing half back. Early the next morning, we caught a train to King's Cross and took the underground to Paddington. It was actually my children's first time travelling in London and using the underground, and I think they did really well, especially my youngest. From Paddington, we took a train to Exeter. My kids were occupied with games, books, the tablet, and they also slept. It took another 3 hours to get to our destination, but it was well worth the travel. We stayed at Glebe Cottages, a small family-run business. It is situated in a very rural area, so if you want to visit places, you definitely need to have a car. But because we have friends that lived about 20-minute walk away, this place suited us fine. This is the cottage that we stayed in. It's called the Coach House, an upside-down house where the bedrooms were downstairs and the kitchen and the living room area were upstairs. There was also a bedroom upstairs that had bunk beds in, which was great for 2 of my children. It really is a nice little place that had everything you would need for a fantastic holiday. The owners went above and beyond to make sure our stay was comfortable. We definitely will come back, but in the summer, so that the kids could get to use the swimming pool. When we stepped into this cottage, it was lovely and warm, and they actually have underfloor heating. For our first dinner, we just had something really simple, wholemeal pasta, some mince and sweet corn, and then afterwards we decided to take a nice lovely stroll along the countryside. On our first day, the weather was not great, it was quite dull, but after that it became bright and sunny. This walk was actually near to the evening. Before we got to the cottage, I actually ordered an Asda delivery from 7 AM to 9 AM the next morning. I didn't order much, I just got some cereals and some lettuce, tomato, cucumber, that kind of thing. Also things for a packed lunch, also tofu because that's so simple to make, falafel, and a few other items. For my falafel, I made a tomato-based sauce and then just warmed the falafel through and then just served it with some rice. The next morning, the kids and I went for a walk around the gardens. It was so bright and sunny. They grow various herbs, flowers and vegetables, which gave me an idea for what I want to do when I get back home. The cottage is set on about 6 acres of land, I think they said, and the owners were really happy for the kids to explore. There was also a tennis court, a children's play area, and there was also a games room. And the kids had so much fun wandering around and playing. This was a really nice place to stay, like I mentioned before. It was tranquil and it was so relaxing. The last vacation that we did was last year, and we went to St Ives. We drove down and we were actually all over the place, so we didn't stay anywhere for too long. But this time, because we came by public transport, we just stayed in one area. On this property, there's also a little woodland area. It's about 5-minute walk, and it's good for the kids, and I suppose it's really good for if you have little pets as well. And I like that about this place, you could actually bring animals here. When we got back, My husband tried this drink from Lidl, but I didn't like the taste of it. It tasted too much like it's supposed to be a wine, but it was actually just grape juice. And then earlier, I actually seasoned some tofu, and then I made some cabbage and pak choy, which is a cabbage anyway, pak choy and some broccoli, and then I pan fried it, and then I also fried the tofu, and we had that with some roast potatoes, and I made a quick gravy. That was our meal for actually 2 nights, and the meal before we also had that for 2 nights too. It didn't feel like we were in the kitchen a lot because everything was quick and easy to make. It was a really nice, relaxing few days away, and we've already booked again for the summer. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you again soon. Bye!